Alright, headed back to the mine here. Collect some more resources. Some more, before I get down into the mine here, I want to make it a little bit easier to get over here instead of having to use the boat all the time. So we'll put the porter gun to use here. And, let me make sure this is linked up alright. Yep, there we go. And I just have a junk chest here right now. Nothing big. All the resources that I can make immediate use of are either still in the cave here or back at the house. I also block this off a little bit here. Make it a little bit easier to get in and out. Let's see if we can grab some rubies here, make some tools out of it. Definitely want this tin and lead here next to it. I hear a zombie. Alright. So I'm going to cut most of this out. You can see there's a lot of resources here. I'm just going to cut out most of this caving since it's rather boring for anybody to watch. And we'll be right back. You thought I didn't see the diamonds, did you? You didn't think I saw that the creeper exposed these, but I did. And as is tradition for recording Minecraft videos, you have to record your initial obtaining of diamonds here. It looks like I got a good vein going. Alright. Now we'll finish up collecting here and I'll meet you back at the house. Alright. One of the nice things about these mods is I get, especially forestry here, is you get the use of backpacks. And I am making a miner's backpack right now. Help me get some more inventory room for myself, especially when you have to go on your caving expeditions. And while I'm at it, I'll just make this scoop as well, so I can start collecting some bees as I go around. I will be doing the bee stuff. Just probably not very hardcore as far as the bees go, just a few basic things, nothing crazy. What I'm going to do now is I really want to, one of my objectives of this series is really I want to make a city. But I'm not going to make a city on this particular island because it's just not very hospitable. I will be back here though. I think I will make something out of this, but not for quite some time. So I am going to hit the high seas here and see if I can run across some nice land where I can start the city. And the way I'm going to approach the city creation here is, I'll just come out and say right now, I am not a good builder by any stretch of imagination. So even though in my mind I want to have hundreds of houses and all this great stuff going on, I know from my own, my own skill level, it's probably not going to happen. I mean, let's be honest here. If it did, everything would look pretty much identical. Because I know I'm a one-trick pony in that regard. However, one of the benefits of having all these mods installed is that they've given me sort of a range of ideas of things I'd like to build. For instance, I want to have buildings that sort of encompass the different functions. A factory, for instance, a farmhouse, and maybe a power plant at some point. Although I'm not going to dig into the nuclear control stuff that comes with IC2. That's just, there's too much babysitting required with that. I want something that will work on its own. So I'll be mostly green energy here. And what do we have coming up here? Looks like a redwood forest. Ooh, is that a pretty redwood tree? Yes, it is. I've come across the nice redwoods here. All right, so I have to stop off here and collect all this wood because it will come into use quite a lot with my builds. All right, back from my mining expedition, or well, my tree chopping expedition, I should say. And I see a lot of stuff dying out here. I threw a portal down, so I get right back to where we left off. Assuming get through this glitch here. I don't know why that glitches out like that, but it's a pain. It's annoying. All right, continuing on here. This is you see what's left of the tree there, not much. I'm hoping this is a nice little area here. I'm looking for a forest with some water, maybe like a little lake or something. Just because to me that seems like the area that has the most expansion potential. Since wood is a commodity you really need when you're first starting. I'll collect some of this clay here. I'll need it on the journey. Some things I haven't made mention of, that some mods that I have installed here that are over and above the Feed the Beast mod pack here. You've probably seen flashing up on the screen, but you didn't realize. I have the damage indicators mod. So you'll see when I roll over any living creature there, you'll see their health and any status effects that are currently on them. So you see that flashing up on the right hand side whenever it comes to pass. Also, another UI feature I didn't talk about. I have the show durability mod installed, which allows me to, as I roll over my items in my inventory, see how much durability is left in them in the tooltip. Now, you can turn that on, I believe, with F3H, I believe, if you hit those two keys. But this just makes it a little bit easier, and it's on all the time, and I don't have to think about it. So I have that in there because that's a nice little feature. I kind of wish that, and maybe there is a mod out there, I haven't seen it yet if there is, but I kind of wish there was a mod that would fix the damn armor bar, because that armor bar has been useless from day one. I mean, it's not really showing you anything of use. It's not showing you how much durability you have left on your armor, which is really the important thing. It's just showing you the potential of absorption that you have, which, unless you're crunching numbers, unless you have a spreadsheet open and you're crunching numbers, it means nothing. So I've come up to, as I walk around here looking here, I've come up to another mod that I have installed. This is the Millionaire, I believe is how you pronounce it, mod, which adds villages, and this happens to be just a generated village from it. and NPCs that you interact with, and various blocks, which is, I guess, really the two reasons I installed it were for the fact that I can go exploring and find new stuff, rather than just be exploring biomes. And in addition to that, have some building blocks to work with. Now, I haven't, in my test world, I only installed this very recently, so I haven't played enough of the mod to understand it yet. I kind of understand some of the basics, but I don't know how it interacts with some of the other mods I have installed, so we'll all find out together here what lies ahead. And this is shaping up to be a nice little area here. This has potential for being a good spot for the city. Right now I just need some food and some leather. Gonna need to make books at some point. And I'm scoping out the area here to see if I can find a nice little clearing, maybe something around the water that I can designate as the new city here, and start to plan out what I'm going to do. And what do we have here? Got a nice shoreline. Better eat. The one thing I will say, like many people, I'm nostalgic for the old terrain generation. I know that this has extra biomes on it, which is nice. It gives you some nice eye candy to look at and some reason to explore. But it doesn't fix some of the problems that the adventure update wrought on vanilla Minecraft, namely those damn oceans are that's just lazy programming right there. That's, I understand what you're trying to get at, but the appeal of the earlier beta, one of the appeals was just the crazy terrain generation. You could go anywhere and know that you'll eventually come upon a huge continent and have tons of areas that are potentials to build on. And I've run into some heads here, some head statues. This one's got obsidian eyes. It looks like this one has iron blocks for eyes. They can also have gold and glowstone, and I've also seen one in my test area with diamond blocks. So they're always nice to run across here. Unfortunately, they do have this tendency to set the forest on fire, which I'm going to try to extinguish here. Mostly because they are filled with lava, which is why I'm not chopping at the bit to grab the iron blocks there, because I know I'm going to lose them with the lava flow. Alright, let's look around a little bit more here. I've cleared out a few of the trees, so we shouldn't have a problem with fire anymore. This area looks very attractive for a building spot. And there's the damage indicators mod, as I've mentioned before, up in the corner there. And ooh. Yeah, this looks like a good spot here. This looks like a really good spot. Yeah, I think we've found our city center here. Plus, I see that silverwood tree off in the distance there, which I'm gonna need to get some saplings out of. Because off camera, back at my spawn house there, I got a little message saying that there were crazy energies in the air, and then I got mining fatigue. So I assume that I was getting so many thunderstorms and all that stuff because there's a bad Thaumcraft node around there, around spawn. So hopefully I can bring some silverwood trees over there and maybe clean it a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if it works that way or not. We'll find out. And here's where having the portal gun comes in really nicely here. Unfortunately, this damn bug where you end up inside a block is annoying. Let me fix this other side here as well. Alright, well, we've got our spot for a city.